complex nature of our intellect often leads us to believe that we alone are capable, which is why we become preoccupied with analyzing, praising, criticizing, and gossiping about others. Without impartiality towards oneself, there is no alternative to arriving at one's own conclusions. Without being unbiased about one's own temporary, complex intellect, every individual remains just a mental patient. I was too. With this mindset, one can only sustain life or mislead oneself or others. No one else is born better than you who can understand you better than yourself. In the entire universe, if you don't trust yourself, trusting others is a betrayal to both yourself and others. Every person lies to themselves before lying to others. No concept of the soul, God, heaven, or hell exists. They are all hidden mysteries that have never been directly proven. Since the beginning of humanity, no one has been able to establish these with logic or evidence. The entire vast, infinite physical universe is visible. If nature had any other option, nothing that has been described before would exist. What has been described by past figures is based on deceit, conspiracy, and hypocrisy, and has been established as tradition and doctrine solely for the benefit of the masters, enabling them to build empires of fame, power, and wealth generation after generation. Disciples, on the other hand, are reduced to being mere followers, losing their precious time, breath, body, and mind, all in exchange for empty promises of salvation after death, a grand deceit. The moment a disciple receives initiation, they are trapped in the chains of unquestionable words, unable to exercise critical thinking or reasoning, becoming blind followers. According to my principles, those who have not understood themselves and remain biased with others can never be trusted. An intelligent mind that is temporary only increases complexity. Those who spoke of meditation in the past have been proven irrelevant in today's age of AI. Without completely quieting one's own complex, temporary intellect, without being unbiased towards oneself, there is no alternative to encountering one's eternal self. The primary purpose of being born as a human, with precious time, breath, and a body, was to encounter one's eternal self. All other activities are performed excellently by many other species. If we as humans do the same, there is no fundamental difference between us and them. If you have received initiation from any guru, trapping yourself in a rigid belief system, then my words may be beyond your understanding. You cannot be a critical thinker, just a part of the herd. The infinite physical universe has always existed, and if there was a path to salvation, we wouldn't be where we are today. When Kabir lived 6 centuries ago, the global population was just 350 million. The concept of liberation fades in the face of today's reality of 7.8 billion people. Moreover, intelligence rooted in a temporary complex mind only leads to self-serving tendencies. Precious time and breath are gifts from nature for oneself, not for others. If you haven't understood yourself, how can you teach others? It's a pity that even those with top degrees like IAS fall into the same herd mentality. Many, trapped in blind devotion to self-styled gurus, waste their time criticizing others instead of focusing on critical thinking. You might be intelligent, but you are not wise. At least strive for mental health. What you seek has never existed. In reality, nothing is as the ancient figures described. It all stems from a temporary complex intellect, relying on imagination, meant to deceive the innocent for fame and wealth. It holds no real significance.